We're with Irish violinist Spinula Sherry and Norwegian composer and pianist Rolf Loveland, who together make up the duo Sikrit-Garden. Now, since we have you two in the studio, we can't help but talk about that massively huge hit, You Raise Me Up. And it's done by so many other artists, and you know, some people who listen, who regularly listen and listen to and enjoy the music don't even know that it's originally by Sikrit-Garden.
Oh, I know.
It has come to that point. Why? What do you think explains the huge success?
I wish I knew, you know. And maybe sometimes when you write a song and things happen like that, it's good that you don't know, because it shouldn't be part of the planning. It shouldn't be designed. It should be a natural process. But we were lucky, you know. We made a song. I wrote the song in 2001. The Irish author Brendan Graham put his lyrics to it. We did it for our Once in a Red Moon album that was released in 2001. And little did we know that, you know, that there are over 1,000 different recordings of it. It was played 1 million times on American radio, and you know, so and so. So it's a good thing that you don't know this thing. You know, music should be honest. It should be from your heart. It should be something that's true to you, and I think that also communicates. You know, those things. It's a song that embraces people and embraces people's emotions in so many aspects of life. You know, we see that it's used for funerals, you know, small and big events. We see that it's used for weddings and happy occasions. And, you know, it's really a compliment to our music that we see that it is useful for other people, you know, that some other can embrace that music and use it for something that's very important in their private lives. It's the best compliment there is.
But as a composer, don't you have feelings about other people's arrangements sometimes?
You do, but in this instance, there are so many. You know, as I said, there's this. It's endless. You know, there are so many huge international recordings and smaller ones. And if I had opinions about all the arrangements, you know, I would be mad. But again, it's a good thing that it can be used in so many contexts. I think, you know, small and big. Symphonic and, you know, gospel and pop, and I mean, the Westlife version is a pop ballad.
Right.
You know, there's all aspects of, you know, it defines the whole range of arrangement in music. So, you know, it's just a huge compliment to the whole thing.
Did you ever expect your album Songs from a Sikrit-Garden would go platinum here in Korea?
That's a surprise, yeah.
Yeah, we actually, I don't think we even knew that before speaking to you today. But one interesting thing happened for us when we first came here. I think it was maybe 97. And when we began to play a particular song, the title track to that album on stage, everybody in the audience instantly recognised the introduction to it and started to applauding, and it was only and we were quite surprised, and afterwards we heard that it had been used for one of your sitcom dramas, a very famous one. I think it was called A Tree of Idleness or something.
No, I think it was called The Light of the Youth.
The Light of the Youth, and it played a very significant role in that drama. So if that was a big surprise for us, and because of that TV show, I think it helped also. It was probably a marketing dream for the record company in the sense that it gave us a very wide audience very quickly here in Korea.
Yeah. So this time around, you're here for a couple of concerts. One happening tonight, actually, at the Sejong Center, and then one in Ulsan tomorrow. The theme is Winter Poem, which is the name of your latest album, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't mean you need to put on your winter coat.
yeah, Winter Poem in the middle of summer.
You know, Winter Poem, the title is actually to do with one of the songs in it that, you know, it was the idea of a flower frozen in ice, and the way it's so beautiful that it's captured in that moment, and then, you know, when it starts to melt in the spring, it still is beautiful. but the idea of the collection of songs was built around that theme. But I mean, we have songs that we're performing tonight now, Song for a New Beginning, which I think is something that everybody can relate to. And there's another song called Song at the End of the Day, another one called Anticipation, which is the idea that even now we're about to turn from summer into fall. It's that sense that you can sort of almost smell it in the air, and that feeling of how you are for that period. So the winter poem is kind of sort of a heading over all of these different emotions and feelings.
So you're playing mostly the more recent material.
We are. We will play, some of our previous material, obviously, because it's also important for us as a group. But it's, this at least for everybody that comes tonight will be a very different concert to what we performed 3 years ago. And that's the thing that we like to do, is to always change and move and bring in new material, change the lineup a little bit. And it's just always feel that every concert and tour is a different journey.
What happens with the vocalists when you're on tour?
We have a vocalist with us in the band now, Katrina. She's here with us today. And so what we do sometimes we travel with a male vocalist and a female. For this particular show, we are using a lot of female vocals. And Katrina Iverson, a wonderful Norwegian vocalist, is with us, and she is the new member of the band.
Is this going to be a trio? Well, actually, since you mentioned Song for a New Beginning, I think we're going to listen to that one. This is also from Secret Garden's album Winter Poem, so enjoy.